in the morning on the next day, members of the Azure Dragon clan set out on a journey. They were heading to the foot of the Taehan Mountains, where the estates of the Dam clan were located. The young man brought a small squad of warriors with him and was determined. He genuinely wanted to know the whole truth about what had happened in that place. The second deputy of Murim thought the glints of the rising sun were a good sign, but his deputy wondered if they entrusted such an important task to such a young clan too early. However, they couldn't do anything about it. After all, the clan leader had chosen that young man to be his son-in-law, so the men had no choice but to trust him. Doubts still tormented the deputy head, and he couldn't keep them to himself. He kept talking and talking until the leader asked him to be silent again. Chai Jin also shared information that, in addition to this squad, he personally sent a trusted person to gather information, and they would soon have new relevant data on the matter. Bo Jin was outraged. Not only did his friend assign several people to solve this issue simultaneously, but he also did it secretly. The man apologized to his friend because his actions were dictated by the desire to avoid misunderstandings, but the first deputy was still dissatisfied. Another person was observing their dialogue on the rooftop. He listened attentively and memorized every word the men said. Meanwhile, a new day was beginning in the Shangxi Valley. The sun shone brightly from behind the mountain range, illuminating the trees with its warm rays. The hero walked along the road, pondering how uneasy it must be in the village right now. He disappeared right from the wedding ceremony, and now there were also news about the Dam clan. After the destruction of the Yun village and the killing of all members of the hero's family, Wai Chan wandered for several days on the territory of the Dam clan. It was then, lost and embittered, that he found a cave with a gigantic luminous stone containing an unsurpassed spirit of martial arts. To prevent anyone from using its power, the hero decided that the stone needed to be destroyed. The Dam family had excelled in martial arts even without it, and if someone used the spirit's power for evil purposes, it would be a great disaster. He pounded it with all his might until the stone cracked and shattered into small pieces. However, fate threw the hero into the past, at the moment when he had just married a girl from the Dam family, Hwa Young. Wai Chan understood how incredible his story was. No one would believe him, and they would consider him mad, even if he tried to tell anyone about it. Therefore, what happened to him had to remain a secret. Meanwhile, the sun was already shining brightly over the Yun village, and it was quiet, peaceful, and calm. Wai Chan's house gleamed with cleanliness. The new mistress had tidied it up while waiting for her husband. Hwa Yun sat by the window, contemplating where her husband could have gone right after the wedding. Did he disregard her because it was a marriage of convenience? The girl also feared that she simply didn't appeal to the man. Hwa Yun never considered herself a beauty, although her appearance was quite charming. If that incident hadn't happened on that day, how could everything have turned out? Twilight descended upon the city, and the Dam family always looked down on Dam Hwa Young. This was because Hwa Young's stepmother came from the Dam Shangxi clan, and the man led a feudal life, drowning his days in alcohol. It was precisely alcohol that ruined Hwa Young, but nobody cared until his death because he had done no good to anyone during his lifetime. However, the man had a little daughter, Hwa Yun, and after her father's death, the girl was taken under the care of the Dam family. But an easy life did not await the girl there. Instead, she was treated like a servant, performing a million different household tasks while her peers played carefree. In reality, her life was incredibly tragic and cruel. The girl often cried in her room. She was alone in this world, and no one could take care of her. One day, while carrying a basket of dirty laundry, a man asked the head of the clan about the identity of the beautiful girl. The Dam leader replied that she was the daughter of his niece, and the man proposed to betroth her to his son, the best martial artist. Che's son was surprised but agreed to such a beneficial marriage, especially since she was just the daughter of a niece, not his biological daughter, and he could sacrifice her for a profitable marriage. After this incident, Hwa Young got her own room, beautiful clothes, and a personal maid. The Dam family dressed the girl beautifully and always took her to events to showcase her to others. People began to talk about how the girl would grow up to be a true beauty, and rumors circulated about the divine beauty of Dam Hwa Young. Indeed, with each passing year, the girl became more beautiful, and her outward beauty complemented her inner strength. She was a magnificent person. Hwa Young had excellent taste and a gentle disposition. People gave her the nickname Heavenly Phoenix, and they always enjoyed her company and conversations. When the girl turned 16, an unpleasant incident occurred that once again changed Hwa Young's life. She was sitting in her room when someone suddenly covered her mouth with their hand. Due to the hand being large and broad, the girl guessed that the intruder was a man and became very frightened. The intruder in her chambers turned out to be Shin-ho, the heir to the Dam clan. He ordered her not to make a sound if she wanted to live. The boy had known the girl since childhood, as he and his sister played while Hwa Young cleaned the floors in their house. However, he had also witnessed her transformation into a true beauty. The girl understood the malicious thoughts in the boy's mind and forcefully pushed him away with all her strength. She didn't know how to save herself and her honor because it wasn't just anyone, but the heir to the Dam clan, and in fear, she retreated. The man didn't like Hwa Young's reaction, and he promised that she would regret daring to strike him. Suddenly, the girl's gaze fell on the fireplace where the coals were smoldering, and a special rod for turning them lay on top. Shin-ho didn't understand how, but she managed to run past him and grabbed the glowing iron. The girl was determined and threatened the boy with the tool not to approach her. She also threatened him with the wrath of the head of the Dam clan if there were any flaws on the girl's face before the wedding. Shin-ho decided that the girl had gone mad and tried to take the glowing rod from her, but he was too careless. The night's silence was pierced by a cry of pain, a turning point in Hwa Young's life after which she stopped considering herself a beauty. Cherry blossoms gently swirled outside the window in the village of Yun. These trees grew everywhere, decorating the homes of the local residents and bringing them joy. Hwa Young sat by the window and thought that most likely her scar repelled her husband, so he disappeared immediately after the wedding. She didn't know what to do, but suddenly heard a gentle breeze behind her and turned around. It was strange. Behind her stood White Chun. He asked if the girl had been waiting for him for a long time and if everything was all right. Her face looked so puzzled. Hwa Young was surprised because the man approached her so quietly that if it weren't for the breeze, she wouldn't have noticed his presence. When asked where the man had been, he replied that he had punished those who deserved death, and his voice sounded indifferent at that moment. Hwa Young asked in confusion if she had understood him correctly because the answer was very strange. Then White Chun gave her an answer that clarified everything. He said he had destroyed the Dam clan, wiped their presence from the Shangxi Valley. The girl was astonished. It sounded like a strange joke. However, the husband said that even if it sounds strange, it's definitely not a joke. It's the truth. The Dam clan no longer exists. The boy was called by his father. He heard his voice and approached to confirm whether his child had really returned home. The man told the boy to follow him. They needed to have a private conversation, and they immediately left. Hwa Young looked in bewilderment at the backs of her husband and father-in-law. She didn't understand what strange things White Chun was saying. How could this be true? The men entered the main building of the Young clan and closed the doors behind them. A serious conversation awaited them. The boy's father sat behind a sturdy table and began his interrogation. He wanted to know where his son had fled immediately after the wedding ceremony. The entire village searched for the careless groom, but there was no trace of him. Where and for what purpose could the newlywed husband be wandering? No one knew. White Chun explained that the Dam family had discovered a new gold vein and informed the hero about it, so he had to leave for a while. The head of the Young clan was surprised. Such a thing simply couldn't be true. However, the boy assured his father that there were people among them who were loyal to the Dam clan, so he had to deal with this issue on his own. White Chun supposed that his grandfather and godfather were among those people, as they were happily drinking alcohol at the celebration. The boy's father pounded his fist on the table. He couldn't stand traitors and wanted to deal with those who were not loyal to their own family right away. The clan head also noticed how these two had become close recently, and their behavior was not good. The fact that the Dam clan, known for its cruelty and immeasurable ambitions, had discovered a gold vein was very bad news. The boy saw that the information troubled his father, and he decided to confess, saying that no one from that clan would bother them anymore. The head of Yun was surprised and asked again. The boy repeated what he had just told his wife. He had destroyed all the members of the Dam clan. The hero also said that at the moment, he had one unfinished business, and he would be able to describe the whole picture to his father later, after settling his matters. When the clan head asked what super important matter his son could have, he calmly replied that he was going to execute the traitors. The man stared in shock at his son. He couldn't believe what he had just heard. Could it be true that the Dam clan was really destroyed? His child had been away for not so long, but during that time, he had completely changed. Now, he was a completely different White Chun. Meanwhile, two traders from the Yun family gathered their belongings and tried to escape far from the village and the troubles that awaited them. The grandfather urged the man, as they had already heard what people were saying about the destruction of the Dam clan in the Shangxi Valley, and they were afraid that death would come for them too. Suddenly, a voice from above scolded the men for living in idleness while others took care of having enough food for the winter. The boy jumped off the boulder that rose above the road, startling his relatives considerably. He asked if these men had ever thought that their foolish actions and thoughtless deeds would lead to bandits simply raiding the village of Yan. The men didn't like the tone and words of the young man. They were older and demanded respectful treatment. In turn, they began to shout at the boy. However, the hero was indifferent to the traitor's words. Because of them, irreparable damage had been done, and many innocent lives, both adults and children, were lost. The boy concentrated his energy and directed it in a wave of power towards his former relatives. The men began to cough and suffocate. White Chun grabbed the traitors by the throat and said that their actions were the cause of their dishonorable death. He desiccated their physical forms just as he had earlier destroyed by Yun. The men turned into dehydrated mummies. After finishing, the boy pushed their bodies away, as if they were unwanted sacks of bones. He was repulsed not only by touching them but even looking at them. Standing over the traitors, he said that their lives were in vain, and everything they deserved after their actions was death. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave comments to help the new video come out as soon as possible. Have a great day.